The 12 days of chaos between Iran and Israel in June 2025 were the eruption of a Cold War decades in the making. The spark. On June 12, the IAEA declared Iran in breach of nuclear obligations, opening the door to UN action. For Israel, this was a red line crossed, a validation of its fears and a call to action. The crisis was rooted in years of animosity, accelerated after the US left the 2015 nuclear deal, freeing Iran to ramp up uranium enrichment. Ongoing conflict in Gaza and proxy clashes with Hezbollah only heightened the stakes. In the wake of the IAEA ruling, Israeli officials warned a military strike was imminent. Iran vowed to rebuild and expand its nuclear program. The region was pulled into a vortex of threats and uncertainty, with the world bracing for the worst. The fuse was lit and the countdown had begun. As the crisis escalated, Washington faced a dilemma: support Israel or avoid another Middle East war. President Trump's statements swung between warning of conflict and pushing for diplomacy in Oman, fueling global uncertainty. The Oman talks, seen as a last chance for peace, faltered as Iran's supreme leader rejected a key U.S. proposal. The U.S. told Israel it would not join any preemptive strike, but hinted at intelligence and defensive support if Iran retaliated. American embassies were partially evacuated, military families withdrawn, and travel warnings issued, signs of real fear. These moves showed the U.S. was preparing for conflict, not banking on diplomacy. The world watched, anxious, as the window for a peaceful solution narrowed. The stakes had never been higher. While the world feared missiles, a silent cyber war raged. Israeli and Iranian hackers targeted each other's power grids, financial systems, and government networks. A blackout at Iranian nuclear sites hinted at a sophisticated Israeli cyber attack, echoing the infamous Stuxnet operation. Iran retaliated, launching cyber attacks on Israeli hospitals, water plants, and ministries, reminding all that civilians were now targets. Most attacks were thwarted, but the message was clear. War had gone digital, blurring the line between soldier and civilian. The cyberfront left both nations' citizens vulnerable, fighting a war they couldn't see. In this new era, a keystroke could be as dangerous as a missile. The 12-day crisis was clouded by rumors and covert actions. Tehran claimed a friendly nation tipped them off to an Israeli strike, letting Iran ready its defenses. Shipping companies received urgent warnings, and mysterious explosions near Iranian bases fueled speculation of secret operations. Israel's air force, though powerful, lacked the U.S. bunker busters needed to destroy Iran's deepest nuclear sites, making a solo strike a risky gamble. Some analysts suggested the public threats and evacuations were psychological warfare, not a prelude to real war. The goal: pressure Iran at the negotiating table by making the threat of war feel imminent. In this shadowy conflict, perception was as powerful as firepower. As the crisis eased, the core conflict remained unresolved. The world stepped back from the brink, but the threat still loomed. Diplomacy in Oman offered a slim hope for a new nuclear deal, but obstacles were immense. More likely, the shadow war, cyber attacks, sabotage, and proxy battles would continue, risking escalation at any moment. A single miscalculation could reignite the crisis, or worse, trigger all-out war. If diplomacy fails and Iran's nuclear program advances, Israel may feel compelled to strike, dragging the region into chaos. The 12 days of June 2025 were a warning. The next crisis could be far worse. The world holds its breath, hoping for peace, fearing the drumbeat of war.